everyone. Welcome to Bitches Meet World, a podcast by a super fan and a complete non-fan. A retrospective, if you will. My name's Ronnie.
Yo, it's Caroline.
And we are talking about the first episode. We might talk about the second episode if we combine this into one. We shall see. But we are talking about the first episode today, which is the pilot episode.
The pilot episode.
I say we both give a brief TV synopsis of what the episode was about. I'm gonna say this is a story about betrayal. It's a story about love.
Mm-hmm.
It's a story about the differences between the young and the old soul and how we must learn to understand each other's perspective, you know?
Yeah, I think I don't know, definitely, it's got like a real Disney Channel setup to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Which is fine. Disney slaps. We've been new.
It is a Disney Channel show.
Was it on Disney when it was?
It was in its first few seasons. I don't know what season. Here I am saying I'm a super fan, and I don't know what season it went to ABC Family.
Fake whine-ass bitch.
I know. It went to ABC Family when they were in college, I think.
Good, because that's when they started, like, fucking and shit.
Yeah, that's totally, yeah.
Yeah, what you said. Story of betrayal, story of love. What I really want to talk about, going in, that intro, ridiculous.
What about it?
I have fucking notes, right? Yeah. I said the intro graphics, ...
I think they're beautiful.
They're gorgeous, but it's just fucking crazy. And then there was this one part where I was like, oh, is the episode happening? It was like a little jazz number for 2 seconds.
There's a little jazz break in there.
What?
And then it happened in the episode. Later on in the episode. Did you see that?
Yes. Unreal.
He did his little jazz dance.
Unreal. Yeah, it was a great episode. Instantly, yeah, because instantly I'm drawn in. I'd also like to say that Mr. whatever his ass is, the old guy.
Mr. Feeney, yes.
Mr. Feeney, the motherfucker looks so much like a fucking, like the Tootsie Pop owl.
A 1, a 2, a 3. We gotta kind of start from the beginning. You talked about the intro. Let's see. They did not even say Sean's name in this entire episode. Do you know which friend is Sean?
Is it the guy that was it the guy that was like gonna stab the girl and he was like,
no,
can I stab her? Who is it?
The other kid, the one in the back of the room. I don't even think they said his name, but that's Sean.
Okay, well, we stand.
That child that was gonna stab her, apparently they were like, oh, that kid's gonna be the best friend. Like, they were, like, deciding. He for sure does not stick around for more than, like, 4 episodes.
Really?
Yeah, he's, like, gone. We never hear of him again. That was very interesting to me to see him. So, basically, what the actual plot of this story is that Cory is going to go to a baseball game with his brother, and his brother gets a date, and Cory feels betrayed and moves out to the treehouse.
Yeah, his brother says, fuck brother lives, pussy is skinny.
Yeah, exactly. And then
every guy in the 10th grade is going to be so jealous. Walking to school in male drag.
You literally every day in high school.
Huh, all the guys in 10th grade are going to be so jealous.
He sees Mr. Feeney eating alone and he decides, I deserve love, and so does Mr. Feeney, I guess. And then Mr. Feeney lectures him in detention, but we'll get there. And I guess he learns to love again.
King of love.
I feel like there are so many things that I'm like, oh, that never comes up again, but I feel like I can't spoil it for you.
Yeah, don't spoil it. I would like to be mystified by the disappearance of characters.
All right. Well, Cory is listening to a baseball game in class on his Airpods. They straight up looked like Airpods, for real.
Yeah, literally. I wrote down in my book, I said, help! Holy shit! I said, Juliet's dying! Cory, oh my god! He can't hear us! He has Airpods in!
Cory, he has his Airpods in!
Holy shit! and Juliet are dying. Oh my God, he can't hear us. He has AirPods in.
Yeah, so he's listening to a baseball game. Mr. Feeney's like, excuse me, bitch, give me your AirPods. And then he gets detention for it. Then he goes home, and Eric shows up. And let me tell you, I love Eric. Can you tell that Eric is the boy that I love?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. He's like cute and like charming.
You said you said he was gonna be charming.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You called it.
My Mindo.
You were like, that's a charming name.
You know that Noah Centineo tweet that says that Mindo was about me predicting that Eric would be charming. Thank you, Jesus. Smart. Thank you, God. I know. Smart. Oh, but that was the fakest phone call ever, though. He was like, "Oh, really? Okay, sounds good. Okay, bye-bye." I was like what?
Cut Eric some slack. I bet that he didn't actually have a date, and he just like didn't want to go with Cory.
Oh, full tea. He was like, this guy sucks. He talked about how he's 11, literally every other fucking forum.
Cory would leave so many comments in this show about how he was 11. Like, okay,
they really wanted you to know. He is 11 years old. He seems like the kind of guy that would like comment on YouTube things like, I'm 11 and I'm watching this.
Yes, fully. He's fully the kid who's like, I'm 11 and I can't believe I'm watching this right now. But it's literally just like, Love the Way You Lie by Eminem.
Oh.
Like, I can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. So I love Eric. You'll see how his character develops. I did always have a huge crush on him. He looks a lot like Ferris Bueller. I have to say that right now.
He looks a lot like a man.
Okay, he's a pretty boy though.
Yeah, he's a pretty boy.
I said he wants that pussy.
He do want that pussy though.
He literally was like, I will do anything. I will do anything for that pussy.
Like, I respect a man who wants pussy that bad. Like, yeah. he was like, she was perfect. She did all the right things. She was so cute and perfect. And I could see her fat, juicy pussy through her jeans.
Oh.
I forget these people are like 14 and shit. Like, oh my God. He said, she's cute. She's hot. She's fine. She's super fly. Yeah. He was like, oh, don't kill me. We can go to the baseball game together. To be honest, I get it. Like, it was supposed to be like, hey, people change and grow. But I feel like that's a dick move.
It is kind of a dick move.
Like, no, I don't feel like that was excusable. Like, family over pussy, man.
Yeah, it was kind of like, the mom's like, well, he wanted the pussy. So, like, you can't,
she said that.
Blame him.
That was in the original script.
That was in it. Like, she was like, and she was so happy when he got the date too. She was like, oh my God, she said yes. Like, damn, mom was like really excited about getting some pussy.
Aw, but that's cute that Eric and his mom are close.
That was sweet. That was a sweet moment.
I can't relate to that emotion, but
wish I could.
Wish we had healthy relationships with our mothers.
No. That's why we're making this podcast.
We're each other's mothers.
You're my mommy.
I love you, Mom. Yeah. I actually have a mom tattoo, but it says Ronnie is my mom.
I'll get one with Caro on it. People will be
Caro is my mom.
Caro is my mom.
We're not brothers from another mother. We're each other's mothers. And I'm gonna smother you with all my love, girl, cause you're my daughter.
My love, and my daughter, and my mom.
You're my daughter, you're my mom.
I gotta say, you are the bomb, and I love you. Oh my God.
You're my daughter, you're my mom. I really think you are the bomb. I love you. My brother from another mother, and and we are each other's mothers. Hold up.
You're my brother and my mother and my sister and my... Hey, Morgan shows up, who's his little sister. You said, I hate babies in shows, which can relate.
Yeah, like, time. I don't know. Like, it's just like, she was like, no need to get snippy. But, like, the way she talks, I feel like we have the same, like, she and I have the same octave of, like, speaking, like, range. Like, I'm like, no need to be snippy. Like, I feel like that sounds exactly like she sounded. Like, she sounded like a 40-year-old and a baby.
Well, that's because the illegal version we were watching was toned down.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I was like...
Eric's voice, I noticed that personally because I was like, Eric's voice is so deep, but...
No, I didn't notice because I've never seen the show before.
Right.
I was just like, that little girl has a deep-ass voice. I was like,
they all have deep-ass voices,
what the
apparently.
fuck? I was like, what the like the fucking... It was like they fucking dressed like Mark Ruffalo, like put him in pigtails. No need to get snippy. I was like, holy fuck. She was about to fucking like rip her shirt off and have like bulging ass muscles and a wife beater underneath.
I wish. Morgan is played by Chris Hemsworth, like.
Yeah, oh my god. She's like, in her Australian accent, she's like, crikey, Cory.
Cory, do you want to play tea party with me? Like,
fucking Chris Hemsworth, like sitting in a tiny tea party chair with his fucking muscles and pigtails, and he's like, want to tea party? And Cory's like, I'm 11.
I'm 11. He acts like he's like 50. He's like 50 in an 11-year-old's body. I guess that's why he has to keep reminding us that he's 11.
He's like, y'all, as deceiving as my personality is, I am a child.
I know I seem like a 50-year-old in a child's body, but I am 11.
I wanna go back to him listening to the game. I don't think anybody, especially an 11-year-old, could like really enjoy like a radio relay of a game.
I don't know. We weren't like 11-year-olds in like 1993. Maybe they did back then.
I was.
You were 11 in 1993?
Mm-hmm. I was 11 in 1991.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're so old.
1980, baby.
For all your information out there, Hero is 20 years old.
And that is impressive.
You're on track. I have no idea what 11-year-old radio listening habits are, but he is a bit of a 50-year-old man and an 11-year-old body.
I think he was listening to Kim Petras or something.
Probably.
I feel like the little scene between, was it Feeney? Look at me, keeping up. Feeney and Cory, I feel like it was genuinely meaningful and thought-provoking.
No, it was. No, genuinely. First talk about number one, I noticed so we gotta talk about Cory moved into the tree house because he was mad at his brother and didn't want to share a room with him. I have a question. Did you actually in your childhood know someone with a tree house?
No.
Me either. I don't think tree houses are a real thing.
That's not true though, because my house was already in a tree, so there's no point in having a tree house.
Wait, so you had a tree house?
I had my full like 4-bedroom like 3-bath house.
It was like
in a tree.
Robinson.
And then my dad built me a ground house that I would go and play in.
Oh, okay.
He'd say, go to your ground house, but you need to be back in the tree house. It was pretty great.
Things are just crazy like that down in the South.
Yeehaw, we all live in trees. I actually did have a tiny house that my dad built me that had like a kitchen and a living room in it.
Oh, that's cute.
It is cute. And when we sold the house, they said, we'll buy it, but y'all have to keep that tiny house in the back.
I would play in the attic as a kid. Like, that was like my tree.
Creepy ass, like fucking cobwebs and doll shoes and shit.
Yeah, straight up. Straight up. And there were probably like rats up there, and I was like, that's my friend.
Oh my god. I don't think it was like smart to let your child sleep in a tree house.
No. It's weird I don't know, it's weird to me. I'm like, I don't think tree houses are real. Like, let me know if someone actually had a tree house.
I don't know. I don't care if it's in a fucking shack in a treehouse. I'm not letting my 11-year-old child sleep alone outside at night.
Cory's mom is a very progressive mom. I enjoy
That's not progressive. That isn't progressive.
Okay, well...
He could get hurt. I like her too, but that's careless.
Yeah, I know, but like, Mr. Feeney was right there, speaking of which.
That's true, so, like, if like somebody were to climb into his treehouse and strangle him, like, Mr. Feeney maybe probably could have, in a possibility, seen it happen and called the police.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
So, speaking of which, so she brings up like a chicken thigh for him, and Cory watches Mr. Feeney set out 2 plates and then take back 1 plate and then eat his salad alone by himself while he eats a chicken leg or whatever.
Right.
So I wrote down Mr. Feeney Wonwe.
Wait, you... Lonely. I was like, what does that mean? I was like, we speaking French?
Mr. Feeney.
No, he is lonely.
Is lonely.
Feeney reminds me of Niles from The Nanny.
Yeah, he does.
Like, in that, like, little smirky asshole, like, actually wise, gives advice, but a total dickhead kind of way.
I feel that. I feel that big time. So then Cory's in detention the next day, and this is when they have their little touching moment where they have like a little talk where Feeney basically lectures him about like love being really important. And I said, Feeney said, "Get old, bitch."
He did. Yeah. He said, "Grow up, mother. You're only 11."
He said, "Stop being 11." The lesson of the day is don't be 11.
I feel like it's good foreshadowing to like the show, like, oh, he's gonna grow up. He's gonna find out about life. I was like, why didn't he leave? Like, I didn't get that. Like, he got up and he was like, "I'm in the hall." Like, just walk away. Like,
it was like, you know, Mr. Feeney, like, tactic. Like, what is it called?
I don't know if he had got that far.
Reverse psychology.
I know, but if I would have gotten that far, I could understand if he stopped at the door, but like he got out in the hall. Like at that point,
he knew it would work on Cory.
That's true. Wow, what an observant little owl man. A 1, a 2, a 3.
That was what he was counting in his head when Cory went out.
No, he was actually not saying anything at all because he was tallying up his Tootsie Pop licks. He was very distracted.
He was thinking about how many licks does it take.
Yeah,
he just doesn't know.
He said a 1, a 2, a 3, and Cory said, "I'm in the hall." And he was like, "What an absolute dickhead! I'm trying to count these fucking Tootsie Pop licks."
And he's like, "Oh, I lost count again. I have to start over."
God, I'm like, "You only got to 3, you old bastards."
So yeah, I love Feeney. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. He's great, and he's a hard ass, but he's like, you know, he's well-meaning, and you can tell that.
Oh, we stand.
I feel like the life lesson in this, though, is pretty muddled.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was kind of like, if like kids were watching this, it was probably like, people grow and change, and you will too, just accept it. But like at the same time, for me, it just kind of felt like, wow, his brother was a total dick for no reason, and like, he's an asshole little 11-year-old, and the sister sounds like Shrek. So like, what?
I said the life lesson is when a mommy and daddy love each other very much, and Cory, you'll never find love.
Yeah, Cory. Oh my God. I feel like, yeah, like the fact that he finds love eventually. Unreal to me.
You would think, you're like, oh my God, he'll never find love, and then he turns 12 all of a sudden, and you're like, he finds love, oh my God.
12-year-olds can't fall in love, that's horseshit.
Well, 11-year-olds certainly can't, according to Feeney.
According to Feeney, 11-year-olds can't fall in love, but 12-year-olds are ready to have babies.
Yeah, exactly. They're ready to die for each other, and that's the point, is that love is supposed to make you want to die.
According to Feeney, he can't get past 3 fucking legs without biting into that Tootsie Pop.
Love is about biting into the Tootsie Roll Pop when it's not done yet.
Wow, that's such a fucking... That's true, like... The impulse, the desire for something sweet. Hello.
Oh my God, I can't believe we figured it out.
We figured it out. The answer to love is 1, 2, 3 crunch.
So in the end of it all, Eric comes back and he's like, my date didn't go so well. She was great. She was wonderful. But I'm a loser. Wow. And
I said, maybe you should have taken your brother, you fucking dick.
I guess maybe so. But, Cory was the bigger person in the end, even though he's only 11. And he said, take her to a goddamn movie, you idiot. I know more about love than you do.
Yeah, his talk with Feeney made him very wise.
He became so wise and older in that moment. He turned into a 50-year-old man again in that moment.
Skinny.
Whatever, the end resolution, Feeney gets a date with another cheerleader.
What's the teacher lady's name?
I don't remember.
She was too hot for him.
I know. She was too young for him.
Yeah, she wasn't necessarily like hot, but like for him, like she was too hot.
For him. She wasn't hot. She was just like young.
Yeah, young, which is automatically too hot for like that old ass man.
See, I feel like we should give it like a ranking system.
Ranking?
Yeah, hold on. I
think we should rate it.
Stars.
I think we should rate it 1 out of 11 of Cory's years.
This episode will rank it out of Cory's years.
I give it a 10 in 3 months.
A 10 in 3. I give this this episode, it was a good first episode. I give it a 9 out of 11 for reviews.
I have nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
So for enjoyment, I'm gonna say I'll probably say 9. I'll say 8 and 6 months. 8 years, 6 months out of 11.
Okay.
Because
that's not bad.
I was enjoying it. I was watching it, and I have really bad ADD. And yet, there was some point where I thought I was almost over, and then it kept going, and I was like, "What? Is it really still going?" But like not in like a bad way, like in a like I have ADD in a way.
For those listening, it has been just a few seconds, but for us, it's been about a week.
What?
So, it's hard. We are busy people. We have to find time to be able to watch 2 episodes. So that is what we have done. So for you, it doesn't even matter. But for us, it's been a while, but it's okay. We watched the second episode, which is titled On the Fence.
On the Fence.
On the Fence. So whatever could that mean?
I think it's about the beauty of a fence. No, I think he's on. What is he? I feel like it begs the question: what is he on the fence about?
He's on the fence about growing older, being a child.
Yep. Versus being an adult. Versus being a grown man.
Wow.
Throughout this episode,
he can't be a grown man because he's 11.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for answering my question. Because I was about to say, throughout this episode, I was wondering, God, how old is this kid? Because he gives literally no indication. There's no indication. None.
I've never heard him say he was 11, ever.
Also, no, it's so weird, though, because I guess his name is Evan, and that he speaks Spanish. Because very frequently throughout it, he says, I am El Evan.
I am El Evan. Dumb joke.
Woo!
He says, I am El Evan. I thought his name was Cory, but I guess it's El Evan. Oh my gosh. He's 11 from Stranger Things. Wow.
Oh my god.
He's got the hair and everything. He's like, I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm 11. I'm 11. I have magic. I have powers. I can move things with my mind.
That's so crazy.
Kind of already said kind of what the episode is about. He's on the fence between childhood and adulthood, but the real plot of the story, I guess, is that Cory really wants a water gun so bad, and he is going to do anything it takes to get that water gun.
Well, like, I would want it too if all my friends had, like, magic guns fucking appearing out of thin air.
True. They came out of nowhere. They didn't even know they had the guns in the first place. And then it's like, oh my god, they're here. I have a gun now.
Even Dingus or whatever has... well, even he has, like, a massive water gun.
Okay.
Oh, I feel like a key line, before we get started, I feel like a key line, I wrote it down, first thing I wrote down, go ahead, make me wet. Woo!
Okay, Dingus. Wow.
Calm down, Dingus. What?
Yeah, so everyone has a water gun, and Cory wants one, and he's basically, he discovers what it's like to work hard and get nothing from it because capitalism. And then he's like, no, I'm gonna be a kid. And that's my summary of the episode. Do you have a different summary to this?
I feel like my summary is, it just sort of, it really puts on display the horrors of capitalism and really makes you think. Like for me, a working adult, KFC, as a working adult, I feel like watching this, oh my god, he's right. Work sucks ass. He's
so right. He's so right.
I want you guys to know something about me personally, and it's that I pay $20 to $30 every day to get to work because I don't own a car, and I use Uber because I have nobody who's willing to give me a daily ride. So I pay $20 to $30 to get to work to make sometimes less than that.
That's so ridiculous. That is so... Please fund our lives.
Please.
Thank you.
My PayPal, go to paypal.me/CAROHOPK and send me that Quan. Thank you.
Because she needs to go take an Uber to work all the time. Thank you.
They didn't even include that in the episode. I feel like Cory would have had a severe mental breakdown
if he actually used Uber.
Yeah, if Feeny was like, hey, y'all, I'll give you 5 times 2 times 10, blah, 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 or whatever he said, to paint my shutters. But you have to pay $30 for an Uber to get there. So then he would have scrambled to be like, where am I going to get this $30 fucking dollars? And I wanted to spend a whole thing. And he would have never made any money in the first place.
Yeah. See, there's reasons why people can't get jobs, because they can't freaking even get an Uber to get to their job.
Yep.
What superhero do you want for a dad?
What superhero? What kind of weird question? I didn't know that was the question.
That was the question.
Because it like glitched out. So I thought they were just like, who's your favorite superhero? So I was like, okay, which superhero do you wish was your dad? Fuck my dad, man. I want my fucking dad to be fucking the Flash. Like, what?
Why would your dad need to be a superhero? What?
I wish my dad was the Flash, because then at least he'd have legs.
I feel like I'd want, like, Batman, just because, like, I feel like he's rich enough that he'd just, like, give me my own house and, like, leave me alone.
Yeah, because he's like, I don't have to want to do anything with anybody.
Just take your money and go. And I'd be like, thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
I'm Dad.
Dad, man.
Cory decides that he wants his dad to be Superman in that moment, I guess. And then we see our first appearance of Minkus.
Dingus?
Yes. Minkus. Minkus. Did you write Dingus down?
No. I know it's Minkus, but Dingus is just, the joke is there.
Dingus. Okay. Well,
Minkus. Dingus.
I forget what Minkus's first name is. I feel like...
Is it not Furkle?
No, that's his son.
He's like 11. Why does he have a son? It's just... Oh my gosh. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would also have a baby?
Did you know that your baby boy would also have a baby?
Baby Jesus was born with a smaller baby that was his son.
And that's exactly what happened with Minkus and Farkle. He was just a baby with a smaller baby.
Farkle. It has a name tag. Farkle.
Yeah, they had name tags when they were born. Together at the same time.
Oh my god. But like, very obviously, Farkle was Minkus's son.
Yeah. My baby has a son.
Oh my god. I'm bringing my baby and his son to daycare.
And then the baby won't grow up until Minkus is an adult.
Yeah.
And that's how Farkle exists.
Wait. Miss Minkus, did you know that your baby boy would have a son named Farkle? Baby, did you... Not baby. Baby, did you know? Oh my god. What?
Baby, did you know that you have a baby?
I'm not singing intimately to the baby. Me and Miss Minkus are in a relationship, and I'm tenderly referring to her as baby.
Okay.
Baby, did you know that your baby boy would also have a baby?
Anyway, Minkus and his baby. I don't know how this started, but Minkus shows up. They're like, oh my god, what a nerd. And then Sean's like, I'm going to blast him with a water gun. So he does. His, Cory's black friend, who I don't think has a name, never shows up again.
Jesus.
Or does he? He might show up in another few episodes, but I don't remember. He also shoots Minkus with a water gun, and then Minkus returns the attack. Did you notice that I, for some reason, thought his, music, I guess, what was it? Like a trumpet case or something?
It's like a tuba case.
Or a tuba case or something? He's keeping his water gun in his tuba case.
Well,
I thought it was a small coffin. I was like, what is he doing? That's where he keeps his baby.
What? The baby can't see the light or he'll grow.
I keep my baby in my baby coffin.
Well, it's actually funny because he does have okay, so that actually is a tuba case, but he does have if you look closely, a lot of people don't notice this, but he has a baby coffin as well. The tuba case, and inside the tuba case is the water gun and a baby coffin. Oh yeah, that's where he keeps Sparkle.
He's like, he's incubating.
He's incubating.
For another, 20 years, he needs to incubate.
He's actually still in the, amniotic sac. I can't.
I'm so sorry, Parker. I'm sorry that you had to go through this as a baby, as a fetus. I know it's very painful for you, Parker.
Oh, that's why they're all so smart, 'cause they were actually alive 20 years before they were born.
Yeah! Oh my gosh. That's so true. There's something to that. Alright, the next thing I have, he goes home and he's complimenting his mother's cooking that is just some raw vegetables. And I forget what the question was, but his little sister kept asking, why? And at one point, Cory says, because she tripped over your dead body.
Yeah, the house is on fire. Why? Because they got hit by lightning. Why? Blah, blah, blah. And he says, your legs are broken. And she goes, why? Because she tripped over your dead body.
I was like, Jesus, Cory.
He actually turns around and the screen coloring instantly goes red and his eyes are dark. No iris, just pure black eyes.
Curse placed on Morgan.
Yeah, and he goes,
her legs are broken because she tripped over your dead body.
Oh no. And then she shuts up.
She's like, oh shit, the prophecy has
been foretold. Someday the house will burn and I will go along with it. What if that were true? What if I was like, oh my god, that's what happens in later episodes.
I'd be like, is this a real show?
So he wants a squirt gun that everyone else has. He wants it so bad. It's $50.
That's a little pricey for a water gun, right?
That is pretty expensive. I don't know.
Do they not have Walmart? Can they only buy shit from overpriced catalogs?
I guess so. He wants the best of the best. He wants the best water
They
gun.
all do the same thing, so...
I know, but he wants, one that can hold more water and shoot farther,
Bro,
I guess.
has he never thought of the trick? We used to do this in class. A water bottle, stab a hole in the top with a pin. Just shoot water.
Yeah.
If he did that with a gallon bottle, hello? And those are cheap shit, so come on, Cory. Let's get together.
Yeah, those cost, how much do those even cost? 50 cents?
Yeah.
You should have just gotten a gallon bottle of water and just,
stabbed a hole.
squirted it on the rest of the people. So his mom and his dad are like, maybe for Christmas. And he says, I'm gonna give the other kids pneumonia! The prophecy!
Once everyone's infected with pneumonia, the lightning strikes!
And then my mother breaks both of her legs over tripping over my sister's body.
The prophecy!
You know, pneumonia juice. So that's what Cory wants to give all the kids at school pneumonia. So he's like, I gotta get this water gun.
But now, the prophecy will be too late.
Yeah. So he goes up to his room, and Eric is there, and he's got some weird Apple Watch from the future. And he's like, trying to get my girlfriend's picture on here. I can only get the baseball thing. I was like, I don't know what this watch is. I am too young. I have no idea what that watch is.
It's an Apple Watch.
I think they went forward in time and brought back technology from the future.
I know, literally, he was like, bro, can I borrow your AirPods from my Apple Watch?
Like, I can't figure out how to work the time on my new Apple Watch. And then Cory's like over there with his AirPods like, I can't hear you. I'm listening to a podcast about pneumonia juice.
Literally, when the house is on fire, they're like, Cory, help us, Cory!
Cory, he can't hear us. He can't hear us. The house is on fire and he has his AirPods in.
Like he wouldn't notice the house on fire.
Yeah, he wouldn't notice because he has his AirPods in.
He's too immersed in the surround sound effect of AirPods.
You can't hear anything else. It's so immersive. And like the one thing he wants to bring out of the house when he's burning down is his AirPod charger.
Oh. Yeah, don't forget his pneumonia juice. He needs his AirPods charger and his pneumonia juice.
He has a secret stash at school. He's good on pneumonia juice. He has so much, he doesn't even know what to do with it.
Bro. Like, when you struck oil, you strike pneumonia juice.
Yeah, he found it in his backyard. He's like, I got it! And it's like a freaking...
I'm rich! I'm rich!
I'm rich! And he does a little prospector dance. Pneumonia juice for everybody! I don't know, we're on a different level than that, I think. I feel like the first one, we had like some things to say, and on this one, we're just like going off the walls. So I hope this is entertaining for
the general public.
The general public. The first part, they're like, oh, this is a pretty normal podcast about Boy Meets World, and now we're like screaming about pneumonia juice. So Cory's like, I'm gonna get a job. Oh wait, Eric is like, yeah, I got this watch with my own money because I have a job. And he is a bag boy at his dad's grocery store, which is an odd thing that his dad has a grocery store, and that's like a thing.
I like that.
It's nice. Also, though, like, they close the grocery store at like 4 p.m. Like,
and he works 12. You gotta remember, it's also mentioned he works 12-hour days. Oh yeah, let's hit the grocery store. It opens at 4 a.m., closes at 4
a.m. and yeah,
closes at 4 p.m.
Really convenient hours, not when everyone else is working. This is why he's not doing so well financially.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he owns it. He's the manager, but he got his son a job there. I don't know. He got his son a job there somehow. But Cory's like, let me work at the grocery store. And he says, no, you are, guess how old you are.
He says, no, you are 11.
He's like, I don't want to be 11. I hate being 11.
I hate being 11.
So mad about
I want to be
11.
Cory. I want to be El Cory, Dad.
El Cory. I'm El Cory. I don't want to be 11 anymore. So he goes out, and Mr. Feeney is taking care of his rose bushes. Yeah. And he says some stupid thing about Edgar Allan Poe. I don't remember. But I do remember I said, quote from Cory, what a major freakoid that Ed Poe must have been.
Oh yeah, good old Ed Poe.
He's a freakoid.
He said Ellen.
It's weird. They try to, like, insert... It's weird, like, I'm smart. Like, I don't know who the writers are, but they feel like they're like, I'm smart, by adding, like, literature references in this episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're like,
Edgar Allan Poe, Tom Sawyer. Like, what? Like, we don't care. Like
we're also L11. Like, we don't care.
We're L11 and we don't care. Like, as a child, I don't think I'm gonna... I guess that's the thing, is they're like... they're 11, and they're learning this stuff, and it's like, I guess if you are that age, that's the age you're learning it, but the kids who are watching it that were, like, 5 when it was coming out are like, I don't know what that is. That's too old for me. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess they were trying to reach children that were 11.
They're trying to reach kids who were, like, fucking born, like, 20 years after they were fucking conceived, like, fucking Minkus.
Just like me. I'm one of those babies. I'm a baby's baby.
Yeah, I'm a baby's Edgar Allan Poe. But those unfortunate enough to
Edgar Allan Poe was my baby. He was my baby. You know, I was his baby, but he was also a baby. That was Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe, fun fact, was a baby's baby.
Like his baby before him.
Like his baby before him, Edgar Allan Poe. Listen, Edgar Allan Poe, fun fact about him, yeah, he was a baby's baby, but while he was still in the amniotic sac, he was kept in a burlap bag.
And in the burlap bag, he was just swung around,
conked his little developing noggin on every which fucking thing.
That is why he thinks ravens can talk.
Yeah, that's why. Well, actually, they kept him also under the floorboards.
Right, that too. Oh my god. And one time, they were like, I don't think this bag is incubating him well enough. So they just buried him alive.
Yeah. Oh, and God, remember when they put the burlap sack in the catacombs?
Yeah. And they bricked it up.
Yeah. They said, we'll see you in 20 years, Eddie.
Anyway, they talked about Edgar Allan Poe, and he was a freakoid, which is another offensive term for a baby's baby.
If you're wondering.
Cory says, I've been out of work for 11 years. So Feeny says, I will pay you 5 times 2 times 8 to paint my windows. My shutters. To paint my shutters. And Cory says, what is that? Like $58 or something?
Yeah. I'm gonna be real though. It took me a second. I was like, 5 times 2 times 8. I was like,
oh, me too. I'm terrible at math. I'm like, he could be right.
I was like, yeah, 58. I was like, dude, he's so stupid. It's like 12.
I honestly thought that was pretty funny though. Him saying like $58 and Feeny being like, yeah, that's right.
Well, I like that you thought that was funny when I drew a big angry frowny face and said, Mr. Feeny the scammer? He's like Joanne the scammer, but he's Mr. Feeny. He's actually wearing the fur coat and the wig.
Ooh, yes. I could see him doing that, honestly. That could be a good look for him.
He looks sexy. Bitch, back it up. Show me what you're working with, Mr. Feeny.
Bust it down, Feeniana.
Bust that, Feeniana. I want to see you bust it. Break it down now. Back that shit up. I don't even remember what it said.
So, Feeny pays him to paint a lot of shutters, paint them green. He does it. He's such a good kid. Such a good hard worker, and he's so proud of himself. So, what happened?
What happened was he spray painted through the shutters onto the fence behind it.
Yeah, and his parents are pissed.
I mean, understandably.
I mean, I think it was kind of a good look.
Yeah, the stripes were like working. What you working with?
It kind of felt like a little country little cottage. Sure.
Yeah, like it felt very quaint.
Instead of going to the water war, which he acts like it's never going to happen again. They're never going to play with those water guns after this one time.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't go to the water war. It's like, you're going to play with the water guns, like, every day. Like, chill out.
Well, also, like, what I also don't understand is, like, yeah, he painted the fence green and he needs to fix it. But, like, couldn't it wait a day?
Yeah. He could literally, yes. His parents literally could have been like, okay, paint the fence tomorrow then. If it's like, you know, was it a Saturday afternoon, you know?
Yeah.
Let him go have fun, and then on Sunday he can paint the fence all day. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But no, his dad says, you're painting this. So his friends come over with their water guns, and they're like, we're gonna have a water war. Minkus has a full rubber gaucho suit on, raincoat, attire. It's a look.
Well, it is a look, but it's also a protective wear because you can't really tell, but if you look closely, he's wearing it's a sort of an homage to Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh,
he's wearing a burlap sack on his back. But why he would bring the baby to the water war is questionable, but it's a kid's show, so
it's hard to explain a baby's baby to a child. With Farkle on his back, they're like, hey, come join the water war with us. And Cory says, guys, I'm painting a fence, and it's amazing. I love painting fences. And Minkus goes, I know Edgar Allan Poe personally. And this book by Mark Twain, who's not related to Edgar Allan Poe.
He said, I just want to say that I know him, but also...
You're ripping this straight from Tom Sawyer. I feel like they wanted to, like, make it a Tom Sawyer moment, but, like, popped out on it. They, like, you know what I'm saying? They were, like, trying to go the Tom Sawyer route with him, but then they were like, no, we're not gonna do that. Let's just make Minkus know that it's Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
Or, like, if Minkus was there, of course he knows what Tom Sawyer is, so he's not gonna this pass.
Yeah.
But then they do... I don't know. Did I miss this? Why are they actually painting the fence for him?
Doesn't he pay them?
He paid them in sandwiches and ice cream.
And $7 or something.
Did he pay them money?
Yeah.
I don't know how I missed that. I just know that,
Look at that.
He put dirt on Minkus's ice cream.
Look at me. Look at me. Guess who's more attentive? Me. Basically, he's like, I got $8 left. I got $8 left from painting the shutters. You guys can split it between you guys, and we can like paint the fence.
Yeah, he's mad. He's like, oh my, I just want to have fun. I'm so done painting this fence. I have to keep these workers in line. Here I go with my ice cream bars. And then some complaint happens, and, oh, right. They're like, what flavor is the ice cream bars? And he's like, vanilla with chocolate. And Minkus, the dumb idiot, goes, I like a Heath Bar Crunch. And then Cory just picks up some mulch and puts it on the ice cream bar. So, they're like, screw this, we're gonna go play with our water guns.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any commentary about it, but...
I do have commentary, and the commentary is that I'm glad his dad said, you know what, you're a kid, because I feel like you were being a little harsh.
They were like, being a little
he was
harsh.
Like, I mean, like, I get it, they can't afford it, so I get, like, oh, you should, like, ask people, like, if you can help them out, and, you know, maybe make some money. But then being like, hey, you fucked up, you better fix it right fucking now, bitch, and you get no help. Like, you know?
Yeah,
Hello.
That's true. It was kind of rude for Feeney. Okay, so Feeney comes out later. I thought that was kind of a jerk move.
Me too.
Where he was like, where he was like, there's a drip of paint on my side of the fence, so you better paint my entire side of the fence. It was like, your side of the fence is also white, dude. Like, why do you care if there's a slightly lumpy drip of paint on your white fence behind your rose bush where no one can see it? I was like, that's just a jerk.
Yeah, he's just trying to be a dick.
Most of the time he has good lessons, but I was like, this is being a capitalist is not a good message. He's like, I had to work so hard my entire life, and you take everything for granted, blah, blah, blah. And then his dad was like, I'd rather you stay a kid, which was nice.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so his dad is like, you stay a kid as long as you can, which was sweet. He's like, I'm 11! Then Eric's whining about his half-shift day at work where he had to round up carts and bag groceries.
Oh, yeah.
Poor
what
child.
A pathetic asshole.
Poor thing. Poor Eric.
I can't even get up. I had to put groceries in a bag.
And then he's like, but Dad's amazing. He works so hard. I'm like, this was written by a dad.
The dad wrote the script, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is written by a dad who wants to be appreciated.
He works
and then,
12 hours a day, and his name is... Who writes this show?
What?
Who writes this show?
Oh, his name is Michael Jacobs.
Our dad...
My dad works so hard.
What's Cory's last name?
Matthews.
Our dad... Wait, what's the guy's name? With Michael Jacobs?
Michael Jacobs.
Our dad, Michael Jacob Matthews, works so hard.
So Cory all of a sudden, tying into the very beginning question, goes, my dad is Superman.
They really stretched that.
They really tried really hard for that one.
When my dad successfully slides himself from his bed to his wheelchair, my dad is the Flash.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. He can't do that yet. When my dad eats his lunch without spilling any over his shirt.
My dad is Superman.
God. My dad, when he sends me a text message where he successfully puts a space between all the words.
That's relatable to, like, any dad.
My dad doesn't know the space bar exists anymore. I should send you...
It doesn't.
No, you should just send me the text to me. And it's like, hello, I am going to be at the hospital today, so I want you to come visit me because I'm like, I can't even read this.
Okay, so his dad's Superman all of a sudden because he worked and then he, like, painted the rest of the fence for Cory.
Yeah.
Which is nice. His dad's a good dad. Then, at the very end, Cory and his family are sitting at the dinner table, and Cory suddenly is like, you know what? I'm a child. And he takes out a smaller version of his water gun and starts spraying people.
I feel like that actually, like, maybe this is sort of a reach, but I feel like the smaller version of the same water gun was kind of representative of a baby's baby.
I think they really strive for baby's baby references in the show. For representation in the baby community.
Well, Michael Jacobs is a baby's baby.
Oh, right. Of course.
I did some research on the show, and he is a baby's baby. Michael Jacobs, most notably known as being the writer of Boy Meets World and A Baby's Baby.
A Baby's Baby, yeah.
Yeah.
He really, like, in a time where we didn't have any representation for babies, he really was paving the way for babies.
Now you see babies everywhere, like RuPaul is a baby's baby.
Yeah.
RuPaul's baby race.
Start your baby.
RuPaul's Baby's voice. May the best baby win.
So, I really think the theme of babies are spread throughout the entire show, and I look forward to more representation in the future.
Yeah. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too. So it's very integral to the show. So he's like, I'm being 11. I'm 11.
I'm 11.
I'm 11. I'm not Cory anymore. I'm 11.
That joke is so tired, and I still think it's funny.
I know. We need to drop that one.
I think it's funny as shit.
That one's not gonna be an ongoing gag. I'm not gonna let that continue past this episode.
I know.
I really hope he never mentions being 11 again.
That's his like wrestler name.
11.
Yeah, like, he puts on the mask. I am 11.
11. So stupid. I am not. There's gonna be so many great things to choose from to put at the end of the episode at this point. So he traded in his 3,000 for two 1,500s. He learned math. And he has an Oprah moment and is like, look under your chair. He's like, I got you a water gun, Dad. I got you a brand new water gun. He's like, great. And then they have a cute little family water war. I thought this was cute.
Well, it was very cute. I like the joke where he's like, Mom, look under your table. And she's like, there's nothing there. And he's like, what, you think I'm made of money? I was like, ha ha ha. But also, like, what cracks me up is, like, okay, so she sprays them, and then she runs out with him, but if you don't notice, she has, like, a spray bottle. Like a Windex spray bottle.
Did she? The Windex. She's spraying them with Windex.
That's what it looks like.
She's spraying them with pneumonia juice.
Oh my god.
The prophecy.
Take that! Take that! Y'all are gonna get pneumonia. I don't know. Morgan is doing something.
Calling 911.
Sitting on the table. She's like, my parents are fighting. They shot the neighbor.
That's dangerous. That probably gives kids the wrong idea.
No,
That wasn't
right?
smart.
I was like, I'm a little 5-year-old. I'm gonna call the cops and say my parents shot the neighbor.
Yeah, right?
So that's the end of that. Morgan does a quote-unquote cute little thing.
That could cause legal issues.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They're gonna have a serious talk with the police.
Yeah, DSS
DSS
is coming to visit.
Yeah. Exactly.
When it doesn't help that they're covered in fucking like bleach and shit. Thanks, Mom.
They're covered in pneumonia juice. The mom is just like spraying literally like bleach on their skin.
They have like red rashes.
She took it too far. Mom, why?
Yeah, you're not made of money. Well, I'm not made of fucking water. It's a bleach, bitch. No, literally, it's just like big white patches on their clothes and like red, like welts, and their hair is like blonde and red patches.
Just alert, like skin burning all of them. Like, Mom, what? I thought that was a water bottle. She's like, oh, it was bleach.
Oh yeah, it's bleach. And that's like she diluted the bleach with pneumonia juice.
What would you say that the life lesson is in this?
The life lesson is don't get a job until you literally really have to.
Seriously, it genuinely is. It's like, do not work. Do not work. It's like, if you don't have to work, don't do it, okay? Because you're going to hate your life once you have to start working. Like, that's legitimately what this episode is about. And also about your dad being super.
Yeah, your dad's a hero, and he has to work his ass off. So you see how much it fucking sucks? Don't do that. Do not work.
Never work. Try not to. Don't own a grocery store.
Yeah, just don't paint a fence, don't own a grocery store. Focus on what you want and your friends and nothing else.
Nothing else. Good morals.
Love it.
Okay, we gotta think of a rating system for this.
Okay, it's 1 out of 11, right?
Oh, I was thinking we could do a different rating system for each episode. But we could do 11 for both of these ones, because he's still talking about
yeah, 11. He's still 11. And then we should rate it 1 out of 2 babies. I'm just kidding.
I give it 2 babies, but I give it like a 7 out of 11.
No, I enjoyed this episode more than the last one. Yeah, I give this one an 8.5 out of 11, and I would say 2 babies.
Yeah, I give it a solid 2 babies.
What does the babies represent? Why are there 11? It's like 2 babies. Know. I give it 2 babies as far as like laughability.
Baby
representation. 2 out of 2 babies.
There's so many babies. You all didn't notice it, but we can tell as we ourselves are babies.
I'm not a baby's baby, but my brother is.
Oh, okay. Well, I really thought I was surrounded by babies, but
yeah, sorry. Well, this is awkward.
But 11 is just like the quality.
Yeah.
For me, I guess maybe not a 7. I'd say a 7 because I feel like, I don't know, it was a decent filler episode, but it felt so like one thing focused. Like it was literally
but that's how all kids shows are.
I guess it's different later on, but for this one it was like water gun. It was
it's still in its babyhood.
It is in its babyhood, and later on it will reach its babyhood.
Yes. Well, there's plot continuation.
We will see later on just Cory's love for water guns and hate for work.
That's just the whole show.
The whole show is about how much Cory hates working and how much he loves water guns. This Boy Meets Water Gun. It was the original name
Boy Meets Water Guns.
Oh, that's what I have to say about that episode. I'm going to change it to a 7.5 out of 11. Cory is age. I guess that's what 11 years. I guess 7.5
out of 11 years.
It's not my favorite.
I enjoyed it, but I haven't seen any other episodes, so that's why I'm giving it a high rating.
Yeah. I feel you. For someone who's never seen it, it's a solid episode. For me, it's not my favorite. It was fun though, and it was cute. Anything else to say about it?
I have nothing else to say. I'm excited to see more though.
We gotta do our plugs.
Oh yeah. Man. Remember, you can always follow me on Twitter. I'm most frequently on @Dyke Dolly. It's okay, you can type it, just don't say it unless you're a queer woman. DYKE DOLLY.
Yes. You can follow me personally at Rogerina, and you can follow my art Instagram at Krunglepunk. We have a Twitter now. I made it right away. I'm so on top of my podcast game. At bitches. I'm at my parents' house. They just heard me say the word bitches. Meat pod. So bitches meat pod is the.
If you don't know,
I'm like so.
If you don't know, pod is actually what Dingus named his baby pouch.
His pod. So follow us on that Twitter, and we also have an email where you can send us queries and send us, anything you want. Send us fan mail. Tell us we're amazing. Tell us we're horrible.
Don't do that.
Don't tell us we're horrible.
Yeah,
don't tell us we're horrible. Just say we're good. And then also, if this gets on iTunes, rate us 5 stars. Because we can't choose our rating system on there, or else we would choose out of babies or out of years. But we have stars.
5 stars.
With, so Our email is
okay.
bsmeetworldpod@gmail.com.
Okay, I gotta write that down.
So send us an email.
That's all we got, boys.
I think that's all we have. All right. We'll see you
Adios.
next time.
I'm really thirsty, Mom. Can I have apple juice or orange juice?
I'm sorry, child. All we have is pneumonia juice.